Welcome back to another video. And wouldn't you believe it, Dragon's Dogma 2 gameplay trailer, or at least the first trailer, just dropped. And I was not expecting this one at all. I don't think anyone was, to be honest with you. I didn't bother watching the showcase last night. I just went straight to bed. But yeah, I gotta say, I was hoping that they would showcase something, because I was aware that the showcase was going on. I just too tired, so I went to bed. But yeah, I think I'm not alone when I say I was hoping that they would show something, but realistically, in the back of my mind, I just figured that they wouldn't have anything to show us. But look at this. I mean, it looks so fucking good. I can't believe how good it looks. I mean, it looks so good. So anyway, I'm gonna let the trailer play out for a little bit, so those of you that haven't seen it can see it. And yeah, we're just gonna be talking about the trailer. We're gonna be talking about what we can see, what we can't see, so on and so on. So, hell, let's just get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna scan through the trailer, see what we can see. We're gonna talk about it, maybe point out some things, and yeah, see what we can see. So, whoops, that was the wrong button. There we go. So this is in French, I believe. Not that well, I guess it matters to some degree, but the font of the writing's a little bit weird. I wouldn't probably even be able to read it even if it was in English. But most interestingly, there's two guys here. They're riding on a griffin. Now, it's not clear if these are the main character, or like, it could be the main character and a pawn, or it could just be two NPCs that we don't know who they are. That's pretty cool. But I like the way it opens up here. It kind of reminds me of Skyrim, you know, with the cart. You know, you're finally awake. Ugh. But there's like a griffin in the background there. Not a griffin, sorry. Harpy. It's a harpy in the background. I was trying to look for like emblems and stuff on their shields, but they don't appear to have any. At least not these guys. But this looks so cool. Look at that. Let me go back a couple of frames so that fire effect isn't on screen, but look at this. That looks good. It's very reminiscent of the area right outside Grancis as well. It just looks really cool. Speaking of Grancis, actually, this could very well be north of the playable area in the first game, because this could be this structure to the left of the screen. This could be where you fought the griffin in the first game. So this region could be north past the mountain range, you know, in the first game. This could, I think, what was it called? Was it called the Blue Tower, where you fought the griffin? I can't remember what it was called, but it looks very similar. It's even on the coast as well, so who knows? But interestingly enough as well, you'll see later on in the trailer that there's different biomes now, which is really cool. And you can see one of the different biomes off in the distance there, like a sort of more like arid location. This is all temperate and what have you, but there's like aqueducts and stuff. I don't know, it looks really cool. There's like a little villagey arid area outside the walls. I wonder if I don't know, I wonder if that's part of the town or if it's all just run down. I don't know. Anyway, there we go, look at that. Dragon's Dogma 2.
You do not remember?
Oh, I still can't believe this game's even a thing. Like, I can't believe it's even happening. But, oh, can I turn...
Then have you
Oh, that is the captions. Right, so, if we go back... Oh, I went a bit too far back then. Now, this character, again, we don't really know much. We know her name. If you turn the captions on some of the videos on YouTube, I'll actually show you their name. So her name's what? Ulrika? Ulrika. I'm guessing she's a pawn based on what she says. Like, I guess she's talking to our character. And based on what they say, it seems like our character has had some sort of an amnesia and doesn't remember certain things. Which is kind of interesting. So anyway.
Then have you forgotten that you...
Oh, that's another thing I wanted to see. The knight.
You do not remember? Then have
Try
you...
and pause it on the moment. There we go. Oh, that's a good picture frame. See his shield here. It's got like a dragon with a pole. And the dragon's like wrapped around the pole. That's very reminiscent of one of the... I think some of the other guards, they had like a dragon wrapped around like a sword or something. So it's cool how that's kind of reflective of that. But yeah, this guy just seems like a generic NPC, like a guard.
Forgotten that you...
And then here we have the dragon plucking the heart out of, well, I'm assuming us, the player.
Protected me from...
Here we have, this is definitely a pawn. In fact, all of these might be pawns. Yeah. Oh, and there's cat people. I don't know how I feel about the cat people, if I'm being honest. It's just, I don't know, it's a little bit weird. A little bit, I don't know, maybe it's because I didn't know they were in the lore of Dragon's Dogma. I don't remember them yeah, they definitely weren't in the first game. I don't remember them being mentioned in the first game. Maybe they were, like in some obscure lore or item description or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about cat people. Which is weird, because in Skyrim or, Elder Scrolls, the Khajiit and even the Argonians, I don't know, I'm okay with them being in that game, but then that game's like 20-something years old. Or the franchise, anyway, 20-plus years old. So, I don't know, it could just be that I'm more familiar with them because it's been longer. But yeah, I don't know, we'll see.
From the dragon's flame.
But this guy looks cool. They do look good, I don't know how I feel about it. And I'm curious to see if you'll be able to make a cat person character. Which I probably won't do. I'll just make an ordinary... What I usually do is make a character that looks like myself, so...
You need only...
But what was she saying then? Let's go back a minute. Oh, not too far back. What was she actually saying? Right, so do you remember?
Remember? Then have you forgotten that you protected me from the dragon's flames?
So, do you remember that you protected me from the dragon's flames? She could be like the beloved, and maybe at one point your pawn, not your pawn, sorry, your character got to the point where he made a deal with the dragon, like you do in the first game, and she could be the one that you saved, and then the cycle was just repeated itself, and you have to do it all over again. I don't know. Yeah. And then we got the Pathfinder here. You need only believe in your own destiny. You need only believe in this guy looks cool. If this is the Pathfinder here, which I'm guessing it is, this character looks really cool. I really like this guy. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, actually. Your own destiny. And then that, we see, what was that move called? Advancing Strike or something, I can't remember. But that was in the first game. So it's nice to see they've got some returning moves. So it's going to feel familiar. And that's another thing I want to point out as we go through this. There's a lot of things in this that are... Well, they were in the first game, right? Like some of the spells that we'll see later on. But that looks so cool.
Me from the dragon's flames.
You need only believe in your own destiny, Arisen.
Of course. That.
And then that character, sorry, not this lady. This lady reminds me of Yennefer. She looks like Yennefer from The Witcher, but this guy with the big sword.
In your own destiny.
This guy, he might very well be a cat person. I'm gonna try and go frame by frame here. Actually, that's not working. Right, here we go. I think this is a cat person. If you look at his face, it's blurred, but his skin is so dark, that could be fur and not skin. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of motion blur on there, and I can't really do anything about it. Yeah, that looks like a cat person. So that's either a pawn, but based on how the camera's situated, it looks like it's the main character. And he's got like a lot of hair. It looks like he's got either a beard or it could be just fur because he's a cat person. I don't know. This could be a cat person. So who knows? You might be able to make cat people characters. Yeah, that kind of looks like a cat person to me. Hard to tell because of the motion blur and everything, but yeah, that's looking like a cat person to me. So I don't know, cat people race confirmed. I don't know. Like, you might be able to make cat people. Whoops, wrong button. And then we got Yennefer / whatever this name is, Wilhelmina? How the hell do you say that? Wilhelmina. I don't know. Anyway, she looks really cool. She actually reminds me, if I go over here, I got this prepared ahead of time. She's reminding me of the, if I go to the wiki, this character. Medellini, the merchant girl, right, in the first game, because she was kind of devious. She was kind of devious, kind of out for herself, and she was always scheming. And based on how this character talks, I'm getting a similar vibe from this lady, so who knows, she might not have our interests at heart, or whatever.
That's the question. If he's a mere mummer, then...
And then we've got, like, for now I just want to focus on what's going on screen. We'll speculate on the conversation later, the dialogue. But, oh, I went too far back again. There we go.
Of course, that begs the
But yeah, she looks really cool.
question. If he...
And then we've got the golems. That's what they're called. I really like the new design of the goblins. Like, everything looks so nice. Like, it still looks and feels like Dragon's Dogma, but they've updated it. Like, they just look so, like, there's so much more detail in it all. And I'm guessing these are your pawns. Obviously, you're an archer.
he's a mere mummer, then...
Yeah, and then this character, well, not character, but this class. Now, it's unclear if this is either a new vocation, a new class, or if it's an old existing class that we've already seen, and you can just equip different weapons. And we'll see another example of this later on, but you can see he's holding like a double-bladed staff or spear. Like, it's got a sword on this end and a sword on that end, but he's doing magic. So this could be a completely new vocation, like a magic spear user or whatever, or it could just be a mage, like a normal mage, but instead of having a staff equipped, he's got this. Or it could even be the Mystic Knight, who knows. But this spell he's doing is really cool. He's like manipulated these goblins with like a gravity spell. He's picked them up, and then he's gonna throw them.
Where might our true
There. He throws them at the other enemies,
He's a mere mummer, then where might our true...
which is really cool. And then this guy, this is obviously the magic archer. This enemy, it's hard to see what it is, but I think it's like a minotaur or a minotaur. It's shrouded in darkness. You can't really get a good look at it. I'm being completely honest.
Mummer, then where...
But yeah, this is the arid location as well that I was talking about. You got like cactuses and stuff, and this reminds me of the same sort of aesthetic that we saw in Monster Hunter World. You know, it looks very similar.
Where might our
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a Minotaur. I'm just trying to get a good look, but can't really get a good look. You got like a horn here, like a mouth. It's all blurry and it's just too dark. It's like a silhouette, so... Okay, there's Minotaurs. I mean, there were kind of Minotaurs in the first one. Kind of. I forget what they were called, Obliterators or something. Alright, whatever. And then we got another cat person. Another Khajiit. And this is Menela? I have no idea. It's unclear if this is the character who's talking or if it's another one. I don't know. This guy, I like the look of this guy. Brant, his name is.
Praise be.
Yes, praise be.
Arisen, Empress Nadinia's life is in your hands, Sir Arisen.
Yeah, this guy looks cool. I'm guessing he's going to be like a mystic knight because he talks about sort of religion and stuff. Also, the language he's using, praise be, it's like he's got a very religious sort of vibe to him. But the graphics as well, the detail, the lighting, the textures. You can see the textures in the fabric, the chainmail, his facial hair. It just looks really good. This looks so good. And then this lighting is just... This is just... That's great. Probably really like a holy spell. Maybe that would be really good against zombies and undead. Oh, here we go. Here's one of the things I was talking about. Another... Now, again, this could be a... It looks like a new vocation. But it could, like I said, it could also just be an existing one we've already seen, like a mage. But instead of equipping a staff, she's got this sort of incense thing. But I don't know. It also kind of makes me think it could be like an alchemist from like the Dragon's Dogma Online. Because that's what she's doing. She's like summoning a plume of water, which then I think freezes. It's kind of hard to tell because it cuts away before you really get a good look as to what's actually happened. But yeah, that looks like we'll be able to make our own bridges to get from point A to point B, which would be super useful in dungeons, right? If there's a ledge you're trying to get up onto or a secret passage you need to get to, if you've got one of these guys, you might be able to make your own bridges and stuff. At least that's what it looks like that's happening.
Praise be, for only the sovereign's guidance can lead us true.
Look at this. Yeah, she's like summoning a bridge made out of water, which I think is freezing. At least that's what it looks like. I'm going to go back one more time.
Praise be, for only the sovereign's guidance can lead us.
And the Cyclops, he looks so good. They look so realistic. I love the aesthetic that they've gone for here. It looks so believable. It's got all messed up teeth and looks good. And then I noticed this as well. If you look to the right of the screen, there's like boulders being held back by these little wooden structures. So that suggests this is like a triggerable trap. And I don't know if we've already gone past it, but there's a scene where there's a Cyclops on a bridge, and he destroys the bridge. And so yeah, there's going to be destructible stuff, which there was in the past game, in the first one, but it was barrels and like crates and stuff. It wasn't like physical bridges that you could walk on, things like that. So that's really cool. If they implement that into dungeons and stuff, maybe there's like secret passages, like you can destroy a wall that opens up a new corridor that you can go down. That would be really cool. Yeah, but I just noticed that was actually that's kind of cool that they've got that sort of stuff there. So I wonder if like goblins or bandits would be able to trigger that against the player, and maybe vice versa, you know. But this, I was so happy when I saw this. And this is what I mean. They've got so many things here that is so reminiscent of the first game. And he's just summoning down meteorites, which was one of the cooler spells in the game. And then here we got like the town square. There's a statue of who I'm assuming is the king. And he's got like a spear, and if you look closely, oh, it's a double-ended spear. Ah, so he could be the same class as that mage we saw earlier on. But anyway, he's cut the head off of the serpent, or the dragon, which looks cool. There's a marketplace. There's taverns and stuff. Yeah, this looks really good. And this scene, this looks so good. This is the Brett guy we saw earlier. It just looks amazing. It looks so bloody good. Now, I'm not sure if this is... what time's... Okay, a minute. I'm not sure if this is the same town that was here. Right? It could be. You could just be... I can get rid of the bloody Capcom thing. There we go. It could be that you're walking along that road, or you're coming in from the bridge. I don't know. So it could be a different town. Because I don't know, it looks similar. It's hard to tell from this perspective if it's the same place. I don't know, it could be. Might not be. I hope they have more than 2 towns in the sequel. That was one of the things that annoyed me in the first game. There was the starting village, and then there was Grancis, and then that was it. Some people count that little wooden fortress outside of the starting village as a settlement. I don't. I just don't. And then there's even people that count the camps that are dotted around the game. Some people even count those as bloody settlements. Like, no, it's a tent and a bloody campfire. So, yeah, I want it to be like Skyrim, where there's multiple towns and villages that you can go to. You know, that would be really nice. So yeah, I want to see more towns and settlements. Oh, and there's the big boy, Grigori. It could be him, or it could just be another dragon that's the same race or species. I don't know. Got a griffin. Which the griffin looks good. And it's bigger than what I remember, so I think they've made him bigger. Yeah. And there's that, I'm trying to look in the background as well. There's some ruins here. Some ruins dotted around. Oh, this is great. Look at this guy just getting yeeted across the sky. And the ogres are looking so good. Yeah. I can't remember the lore to these guys. I think they were once giants or something, and they got cursed. And then they had like a bunch of horns that calcified. I can't remember. I might be getting my lore mixed up with from other games. But there's a reason they are attracted to women or something, like female characters. There's a reason they're obsessed with them. I can't remember what the reason was. But yeah, that looks really cool. Right on his head, look. Oh, and this is the bit where he destroys the bridge. And yeah, it's, yeah, there's an ox here. So, I don't know, there might be another escort mission we have to do like we did in the first game, when we were transporting the Hydra's head to the king. Or this could just be a traveling merchant that is dynamic within the world. Maybe there's traveling NPCs now that you can, like kind of like a random encounter, you know? You might be able to help merchants traveling from town to town. Or you could ignore them, you know? So that would be cool. I would like to see that. I'd like to see traveling NPCs. Because in the first game, all we got was traveling pawns. And then the odd endemic life, like bunny rabbits and stuff, right? And of course the actual enemies, but still. But this looks really cool. I'm really happy they're adding destructible stuff. Oh, and of course the fucking high five, which is really nice. Let's go back and see that again. Yeah. And this guy, he looks like he looks like the character that you play in the prologue in the first game, right? He's got like the red hair, the red-brown hair. I think they just killed a Cyclops. I'm guessing this is a Cyclops in the background. Yeah, that's really cool. And there's some interaction between your pawns now. Maybe this will be like an emote and you can run up to them and trigger it. I don't know. But that looks cool. And then you got the Rift Stones to, you know, summon more pawns. Trade pawns, maybe. That looks so cool. And oh my god, Medusa is looking pretty fucking... Oh, she looks good. She looks really good. The animations these guys can do is insane. It looks so good. Yeah. Oh, and then the Sphinx. Yes, this is... I was hoping... Okay, I need to talk about this. Most of us in the West never got to play Dragon's Dogma Online, right? Because they didn't bother releasing it here. And this was one of the enemies in that game, and so I'm super happy to see that they're actually going to be putting at least some of the enemies from that game into this one, so that's nice. I would like to see a lot more too. Like, I think there were Ents in the online game. There was Orcs in the online one. You know, there was a whole bunch of different enemies. So much more variety in the enemies. Oh, fuck. The way her face changes as well. Like, you notice these feathers on her head? They weren't there before. Like, if I go back, you'll see what I mean. So we got Medusa again. Look at her head. So her forehead and around her face, she has feathers up here, but... She has feathers up here, but notice when she comes down and sort of looks at the character, more feathers come out, which is a really cool detail. See that? One more time. And I like the peacock feathers too, that looks really cool. Yeah. Yeah, look at these feathers. That's so cool. That's such a nice little detail. That the expression on the face looks so good. Huh. And given the way that they're looking at each other, I'm wondering if there's going to be some dialogue between our character and this, I'm assuming, boss. So, yeah, maybe they talk. Who knows? Yeah. And then we got a griffin who looks very menacing. A lot of enemies I've noticed have glowing eyes, which is really cool. And I think, yeah, somebody's shooting him with some arrows. And then we got fucking Grigori again. It doesn't say Grigori though, it says dragon. So this could be just a completely different dragon, given that we did kill the one. We did kill him in the first game. I don't know. But then, you know, history in this universe repeats itself again and again and again. It's like an endless cycle. That's kind of what the story is. So I don't know. This could be Grigori. It could be a different dragon.
Is most unfortunate.
Now this is probably one of the more interesting things in the trailer. At least I think.
That is most unfortunate.
This guy. So, I want to get into a little bit of a speculation here. So, I reckon I'm going to go out and guess or predict that this guy is another Arisen. Maybe even like a Dark Arisen. Because, well, one, he's got like the purple crystal flower thing where his heart would be. So that's kind of reminiscent of the Arisen. Plus he's got these 3 characters here, which could be his pawns. So this could be his main pawn, and then these could be the additional pawns. He's clearly some guy of importance, like a king or something. Maybe a prince. And I thought at first glance these were like cultists from like the first game. Because the cultists, they had like black cloaks, and also they had like a purple color scheme whenever they did their dark magic. But no, it's looking like these are just soldiers, because I think they've got helmets on, by the looks of it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go out and predict this guy is like another Arisen, which also kind of makes sense with what some of the characters say in the trailer, which I'll go back to in a minute, but we'll continue. And then this guy, I don't know, he might be in that throne room that we just saw. And I don't know, he's probably looking at the guy who's just sat on the throne. But I'm guessing this guy's a good guy. And that's that. That's the trailer. I mean, wow. Yeah. Cannot wait. Cannot wait for this one. But going back to what I was saying, the Dark Arisen guy, this dude, who I'm guessing is the Dark Arisen. The reason I think he's an Arisen is, well, like I said, he's surrounded by 3 other characters, which could be his pawns. He's got the purple crystal flower, which could be reminiscent of his missing heart that was taken by the dragon. And in the first game, there was more than one Arisen. So, the king, or the duke, I guess technically is what they called him, he once upon a time was an Arisen. And instead of defeating the dragon, the duke took the dragon's bargain by, sacrificing his beloved. And then the dragon left the land in peace, and that's how he became duke in the first place. And that's why when you meet the princess in the tower, in her chambers, the duke comes in and he starts strangling her because he's having like a PTSD flashback or whatever. So yeah, there's not just one Arisen. Like there was even that other guy who was in the Stonehenge place, who then turns to ash when you defeat the dragon, because once the dragon's dead, the spell or the curse gets broken and everyone ages to the age that they're supposed to be, which is why the Duke also rapidly ages to an old man at the end of the game, because he's been alive for so long. They basically become immortal. So when you kill the dragon, it breaks the spell, and then they all age. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna guess that guy's an Arisen, and then if we compare that to what was it this lady, the Yennefer lady, was saying, listen to what she says here.
That begs the question: if he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen, Empress Nadine?
Right. So she says something there. Hold on, let me get right to the beginning of that. You need only believe your destiny. No, that's not it. That's the Pathfinder. Arisen.
Of course.
So she says, of course, that begs the question.
That begs the question.
If he's a mere murmur, which I think is like imposter, I don't know. Some of these old-timey words, I'm not really sure the meaning of them. But this is what she's saying here, right? Then where might our true Arisen be? So that also kind of makes me wonder if this guy, he might be an Arisen, but he might be like the false Arisen, and you're the true Arisen. And so plus it's unclear if she's talking about him, talking about us, the main character. I don't know, but that line combined with this guy makes me wonder if these people are pawns and he's an Arisen. So yeah, interesting. Interesting stuff. Go back to this. I'm wondering if there's gonna be multiplayer. You know? Like, I expect them to have the pawn trading. I expect them to still have that. But like actual co-op, I swear to God, they better have co-op. Because that would be such a shame if they don't. Yeah, this character looks really cool. I think I might play this character a lot. This class, I mean. Because I played, what was it, Mystic Knight in the first game. That was my class. So yeah, also, so that's the trailer. I also want to go in here and look at the website, the official website, and just read a couple of stuff. Set forth on your grand adventure, Arisen. Because there's some information here I haven't read yet. So this tells you what the game's about. So, the deep, explorable fantasy world of Dragon's Dogma. Dragon's Dogma is a single player? What? Is a single player narrative-driven action RPG that changes players to choose their own experiences from the appearance of their Arisen. Okay, so you can make your character. I heard some rumors where they were going to be taking that out. But according to that line, from the appearance of their Arisen, their vocation, their party, how to approach different situations and more. On your journey, you'll be able... you'll be joined by pawns, mysterious otherworldly beings. Yep, that was in the first one. In an adventure so unique, you will feel as if accompanied by other players while on your adventure. So, I don't know. Single player, come on. Put fucking multiplayer in. All of these elements are elevated further by the latest in graphics, artificial intelligence, and blah blah blah. Okay. I don't know, that's kind of that's concerning. I hope it's not just single player. You know? Story. The story begins in an underground jail where the dragon's voice echoes in the fog of lost memories. Ascend, Arisen, and best me in accordance with the dogma of this world. Betwixt the domains of human and beastren. Oh, could beastren be the cat people? Yeah, maybe that's the cat people. A hero must fulfill their forgotten destiny. See, forgotten destiny. See, I'm wondering if our character has, like, amnesia or something. Yeah, who knows. What dogma does your heart see through your eyes? 'Tis a tale of one who shall slay the dragon and claim the throne. Right. So yeah, I think your character's going to have like amnesia and you have to go through the game, remember what you were doing, who you are, remember your destiny, I guess, and then you fight the dragon again. Cool. The dragon, symbol of the world's destruction, soars through the sky with its massive wings and breathes flames that scorch everything in its path. Some are terrified by its descent, while others revere it as a god. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the cult. Yeah, there are some people that worship him. Oh, here, look. Damn, it is one player. Come on, it's single player? No. Man. I was hoping it would be, you know, multiplayer, at least co-op. Like, it better not be, I swear to God, it better not be, single player. Like, at least let us, like, ideally in a perfect world, I'm gonna turn this down and then just play it in the background while I ramble. In a perfect world, I would love to be able to free roam around the world, right? And play with my friends. So that, like, one of us could be in a dungeon somewhere, another guy could be in a city buying stuff, you know, you could be in, you know, just free roaming around the world, and you will play together in the same game. That would be best case scenario. But I would still take, like, multiplayer being limited to dungeons, you know, at least that way we get some form of multiplayer. Like, maybe you go into a dungeon, and while you're in that dungeon, you can, you know, summon people into your world. Similar like how it operates in Monster Hunter. In Monster Hunter, you shoot up a flare, and by doing so, it opens up your world for other players to join you. That would be good. You know, obviously in Dragon's Dogma, instead of a flare, you open up some kind of rift, kind of like that there, right? The rift stones. You open up some kind of rift stone, and it opens up a portal, and other players are able to join your game through the rift. Right? Do that. Let us play together. Let us play with other people. Yeah, or do like sieges, like in Monster Hunter. What was it, Cult Tarov? You do like a siege, like a raid. That would be cool. Yeah, I'd like to see raids. Like, you go into a dungeon with other players, you defeat a bunch of mobs, you get loot along the way, and you have to defeat a boss at the end. I know it's not the most unique thing, but still. I would love to see multiplayer in this game. So yeah, that's concerning. If they don't put multiplayer in this, it's not going to ruin the game for me, but it will be disappointing. Yeah. That'll be really disappointing. Anyway, I've rambled on for long enough. Fucking hell, this is a 40-minute video. I didn't mean to do it that long, but hey. Anyway, thanks for watching if you did, and I cannot wait for this game. I will definitely be doing more content on this as stuff comes out. I'll definitely be doing a Let's Play and a playthrough, live streaming it, all that good stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching if you did, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.